probably nearly 30 minutes, 40 minutes. And I've got a mic, a recorder that I want to use to record Ramsley, because last time we had to write and whatever, and it's easier if we got a mic. So Ramsley came back and he said, okay. I said, wait. I tried to put the recorder, and the recorder doesn't work. So this is strange. He used to work at home. He worked like 10 minutes before because I was trying it. Now I want to record Ramsley, the things doesn't work. So Sabrina said, take your pen and paper and write everything. So Ramsley arrived there. Was the priest was still there in the huge temple, like last time. And the priest said, Carnaba. Ramsley said, Carnaba. And he said, you are right on time. We've got a big meeting today. So, and they start traveling. I start traveling, like, boom, in 2 seconds, he's on another place. And he's meeting his real wife. And then Sabrina looked at him like, what the fuck? I'm married and he never told me and whatever, you know. Say, no, this is like strange, really strange. I arrived there, was my wife, and it felt for me like I've been to the shop for 10 minutes to buy some cigarettes and came back home. But I never saw, I am 45 years old, I never saw my wife in between, never. I never have been there since I'm born on earth. So, and he said, this is incredible. He said, you touch, I mean, she touched him and he touched her, whatever. He says orgasm for like 30 minutes. It's just incredible. I go outside in the garden, the plants are fantastic colors that I never saw. I can't describe the colors. The color doesn't exist here on the planet. The plants are talking to me. And all those things, you know. And we spent the whole evening together. And then the next morning...
So hang on, you didn't talk much about the plants. The plants, the relationship that they have with their plants is unreal.
It's unreal. Unreal. And Ramsley, one night at home, we watch Avatar. And Ramsley look at Avatar. He said, this is incredible. Incredible. The guy that wrote the movie or made the movie is a guy like me. The guy knows exactly the plant, the whole story about the plants, because we are only one. All the animals, all the things, the animals they're not attacking, like here on the planet, the lion are attacking the giraffe and whatever, we are all eating each other here. Alright? But you see up there, it's different, it's another world, we're in another dimension. Right? And the plants are talking. The plants are talking, and beautiful plant. He said here, a rose, we say is beautiful. But I mean, to me, after seeing this, I tell you, a rose look like shit. Right? Because the beauty is different. The beauty is completely different. So anyway.
So hang on. It's not just that, it's that they communicate with their plants.
Yes, they communicate with their plants.
And the plants teach them how to be, they teach them, there's a richness of interaction that's happening with the plants.
Yeah, this I am not sure, but I know that he told me that the plants were talking. And moving, dancing, talking, moving around, you know. It's incredible. And they've got colors that the colors doesn't exist here. Doesn't exist here. We've got like 7 colors. Alright, but that's it, and we don't have anything in between. There is like all over the place.
But for us too, it's possible to talk to plants on this planet. It's just that a lot of people don't know about it.
Just a plant to grow better, whatever. I mean, certain people are talking to their plants, and their plants, you go to their place, it's green all over. And the people, they say they put music all the day, they talk to their plant and whatever.
But in Latin America, the Icaros that they sing, when they do spiritual ceremonies, come from the plants.
Yes.
And also there's a professor at Sydney University, Monica Gagliano, who explains that she has plants that speak to her. they give her songs to sing, and these are healing songs, so they can heal people who are sick.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, yeah. And people don't know about this here because they don't talk about it.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, Ramsley the next morning has got a meeting, a big meeting with like the most powerful being, I believe, in our galaxy. Alright? Because he's in a different planet, and he said this is really strange, but I can see planets. Here we don't see it because the sky is blue during the day, and we see planets only at night, and they are really far. He said there you could see a big black moons or planet just all over the place. And then he said, okay, I've got a meeting. So he said this is a huge, I translate it in my mind like the table of the 10 chevaliers, the 10 knights. The 10 knights, alright? I don't know what they were wearing, whatever, but anyway, I imagine a table with like guys with hoods and stuff like this and talking to each other. And he said then on my right was a lady. And this lady was wearing the same mask as the lady I met in Paris 25 years ago.
Tell her story.
Huh?
Tell her story.
I think I told it before, but I will repeat it. I mean, Ramsley was in Paris one day. He was in his 20s, whatever, and he used to heal his uncle. He used to do a lot of things already that he does constantly, you know. And then he was in an avenue, I don't know which avenue, anyway, it doesn't matter. And he looked further away and he see a huge white aura filling up the entire place. And slowly, the aura came to him. And it was an old lady, about 80 years old. And she walk into Ramsley and tell him, if you want to know who you are, here's my number, just call me. And Ramsley said, okay. Take the number, put it in his pocket, went back home. And a couple of weeks later, I said, oh wow, where is this number? I would like to know who I am, you know. Because he knows that something is really strange. It's not the attitude, but the whole feeling about everything, you know. So he's looking everywhere, which shirt did I wear and whatever. And he had to wash all the clothes in between and whatever, and he never found this number again. So he lost the contact with this woman, which he never saw again. And she reappeared 25 years later, and he told me that when he met this woman in Paris, he could feel that the power of this woman could move mountains just with her thought, you know, moving mountains like this.
Yeah, because he knows like when someone is like as powerful as he is, and he said that when she to demonstrate who she was, she entered his body.
Ah, yes.
And he said that the force with which she entered his body was much stronger than the one that he uses, right? Or that he has the ability to use anyway, right? And so from that experience, he knew that she was a very important person.
So, and I said, when you are talking, he said, no, it's everything telepathically, you know? Telepathically. And he had an argument with this lady because he's on a mission. It's what I always told him. I say, Ramsley, you're on a mission on the planet. It's not because you help me for my art or help Deba to walk out of his wheelchair or Anastasia out of her radioactivity or all those kind of things. Hubert to see and Pinu to be exercised and all those kind of things. I say, you're on a mission here. He says, yes, I am on a mission. And she wants me to do something on the planet, and I refused it. I say, I am sorry, today I am half human, I've got kids, I've got daughters and son, I've got a wife, I've got everything on the planet, and I won't do what you are asking me. And they finished the whole meeting with like arguing together. Alright? So he came back to the planet, and he explained to me that in between he had saw 4 solar systems orbiting at the same level. Alright? He has the sun, he has another one, he has another one, and he has another one. He went to one where the whole system is just starting to grow, with dinosaurs and all those kind of things, and huge trees, and everything was huge, right? He went to another one where everything is really advanced, really advanced, right? Like they travel with like kind of UFOs and stuff like this. And then it's another one where it's brand new, it's nothing. It's like springtime, whatever. It's just like the start of a new solar system. And the other one is completely rotten. The whole thing's completely collapsed from everywhere and everything, you know. And I believe that the radio wave that we are hearing from at the moment from Proxima Centauri, all right, they are probably one of those 4 solar systems. And the solar system, the Proxima Centauri is 4,200 light years away from the sun. Right? So I believe this is like we are turning all over the place together, you know.